Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Jarvis S. Scott with What's Happening in Birmingham. Today, I have the honor and pleasure to be with Alicia Johnson Williams of the Negro Southern League Museum here in Birmingham. Alicia, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Great. Reason why I want to bring my friend on today to talk about this great event that's coming up this weekend, which is the 100th anniversary of the Negro Leagues.
That's exactly right. Yes.
It's actually this Sunday, beginning at 6 p.m. So tell us about this great event, Alicia.
Well, actually, 2020 marked the 100th year anniversary of the Negro Leagues. As you know, these men are very significant in our history as African Americans playing baseball through a very tumultuous time. They endured quite a bit. They were very skilled and talented athletes who didn't get their claim to fame as they should have. And yet, just recently, Major League Baseball announced that Negro Leagues will now be considered professional baseball players. So we're excited about that. And for all that they endured, for those reasons and more, we're saluting them virtually on Sunday at 6, as you mentioned. It's a commemorative celebration with player interviews and information about their history, just to pay homage to them. And it couldn't be more fitting than around the time that we're celebrating MLK, who was the icon of civil rights as we know it. So that's it in a nutshell. You can visit online and join online and share in the celebration.
Who are some of the guests? Because I see y'all got a lot of big names that's going to be appearing at this event.
Yeah, so Roy Woods Jr. is joined me in introducing the celebration. Our mayor, Honorable Mayor Randall Woodfin, is a part of the celebration. And then we have the men of honor, the guest of honor, if you will, some of our players, Jake Sanders, Ernest Fan, and the list goes on and on, which are going to just kind of talk about that time and talk about all the reasons why we're celebrating them.
Well, I know one of the reasons why, because due to COVID, it has to be virtual. How
Yes.
have you all adjusted and possibly pivoted during this time?
Well, as with everyone, it has been a challenge. However, we watched the CDC guidelines and the information from both our mayor's office and the governor's office in terms of how to navigate forward. So we've done several things. One, we modified our hours of operation. We're still Tuesday through Saturday, but Saturdays is 10 to 2. On the other days are 10 to 4. We've installed the hand sanitizing stations throughout the building. We had to close off our research center simply because that's a very high touch area that needed to be managed. And so to eliminate spread, we did close that area off. But you are required to wear a mask when you enter into the facility. We check temperatures when you enter into the facility. So we've put in a number of precautionary measures in place to try to make both the guests and team members feel comfortable during this time.
All right, can you kind of give us a brief history? Because I feel like the Negro League, museum in Birmingham is one of the best kept secrets here as far as visiting. Can you brief history, how it all came about here and everything?
Well, that is a very good question, simply because we were established in 2015. So we are a new organization, a new cultural arts organization that pays tribute, as we mentioned before, to the Negro Leagues. The Negro League reunion happens every year here at Rickwood Field in June. And so they started talking about other ways aside of just the reunion, when they could commemorate these men. And so with that being said, the conversations just started in terms of collections and of memorabilia that some researchers had, and the research that they had discovered and put together regarding this history. And the leadership of the city of Birmingham would be very engaged with some of those conversations and saw that this was something that they really needed to share with the community, the state, and even the world, if you will. And they began talks about putting a museum in Birmingham, Alabama. So that's sort of how it started. Dr. Leighton Revelle actually is one of the researchers for the Negro Southern League Museum. He has an outstanding collection. We actually boast the largest collection of African-American sports memorabilia in the world, because we have in our dugout, we have our walls of balls, which is almost 1,700 baseballs from Negro League players from around the world that have been signed. And most of those baseballs were signed specifically for Dr. Leighton Revelle. We have, of course, a tribute to the Birmingham Black Barons. We have a tribute to Jackie Robinson. We have something that's very unique and interesting, which is our Satchel Paige exhibit. It's a hologram, and literally people come from around the world to see it. It just demonstrates how fast and how interesting Satchel Paige's pitches were. So that is unique in and of itself. We also have the only Jackie Robinson chandelier in our facility. So yes, it's a wonderful experience for those who get a chance to see it. And of course, you learn quite a bit along the way. And I can say your first visit, you know, you may learn a few things, but it's one of those things where you can come back time and time again as you experience the exhibit and learn something more about that Negro League baseball history.
So what's the cost to attend, like on a given day to come visit?
Well, the museum is free. The museum is a cultural arts offering from the city of Birmingham, so it's free to patrons. We do take donations. If you visit our website, you can, of course, give there. And we do have, when you come into the facility, the opportunity to donate. But yes, it's free, and we would like to keep it that way as best possible. We're working to add even more programming to enhance the experience for the guests and educational offerings, if you will. But it is absolutely free, and but priceless.
Yes, I like that. Priceless. Because I visited before, and it's definitely one of the best kept secrets as far as like seeing all that memorabilia, and just like it actually takes you back during that time.
Yes, it does.
When all that was going on.
Yeah, and I should mention for your guests, many of them may be aware, but just as a gentle reminder, you know, the Negro League era was from 1920 to 1948. There were a little over 3,400 Negro League baseball players that we know of, which is substantial, you know, during that time. And if it weren't for the Negro Leagues, you wouldn't have those Negro League players who had an opportunity to go the mile that Jackie Robinson went, you know, to be able to realize the dream of Major League Baseball. So he started in the Negro Leagues, as most of those players who went to the major leagues did. They all started in the Negro Leagues. And I want to mention too, because some people ask the difference and why is it such a big deal about the southern part, because there is another museum in Kansas City which pays tribute to Negro League history. It was the first museum. We're the second, but we're the only two in the world. But most of the Negro League players, according to the research, came from the southern region. Many of them worked originally for industry, the industrial corporations that were here in our state, for example, like a Sipco Pipe and Sloss and companies like that, the steel mills, the coal mines, and they played baseball for recreation, but they were very, very good. So much so that when they started the Negro Leagues and they would play, scouts would come from everywhere to look at our players because they were just that good. So that's a little bit of the history that we have to keep in mind as we salute and celebrate these men.
Okay.
Women, men and women.
Okay. Oh, great. So any final thoughts you want to tell the viewers today?
Well, I just want people to engage in this very important time and moment to stop and pay tribute to these men and women. And I say women affectionately in that so often we forget that women were involved in the Negro League baseball era. So I want to make sure that we pay tribute to them. So just tune in. They could log into the link on Sunday, and it would be available even after Sunday if they don't get an opportunity to share then. But join us in this very important celebration.
All right, and what's the website?
It is birminghamnslm.org.
All right. Well, Alicia, thank you for coming on today, you all. Please check out this great event that's coming up this weekend. And if you're watching this video and you don't live in Birmingham, this is definitely worth the trip to come check out this great event, because it's definitely, well, I wouldn't say great event, but great museum as well, because it's definitely one of Birmingham's best kept secrets. Thank you all for watching this video today. Please check out what'shappenedbirmingham.com for more videos. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.